I was sexually abused as a child. Art was the thing that saved me. Art was the process that allowed me to heal enough to grow and be a better human being. I would like to give that opportunity to the ladies at the Las Colinas Detention Center because I feel very strongly that art should be used as a healing process for everyone. Racial justice is one part of the program, and I think that art addresses everyone's difficulties. Whether you're black, white, or Hispanic, every individual can be affected by the healing process of art. The population at the Las Colinas Detention Center is very diverse. 55% of the women are white, 25% are Hispanic, 15% are black, and 5% are other. Studies show that approximately 60% of all prison inmates have been traumatized as children. Addressing that trauma in the incarcerated individuals, I think, can help heal them to the extent that they will not return to prison. The percentage in California for recidivism is around 70%. I think healing the individual using art is a very strong way of keeping people from going back to prison. I'm teaching a class called Drawing, Expressing Trauma with Line, and allowing the women to learn drawing skills while they use expressive line to put their emotions on paper. By letting them put their emotions on paper, that allows them to get them away from themselves so they can look at them clearer and be able to come up with solutions to solving the difficulties they're having because of the trauma. It's not art therapy, it's the creative process, which is healing in and of itself. So I try and allow them to have a healing experience during the classes. I feel that art is a very good vehicle for people to be able to look at something that's very difficult to look at or think about. If you give them something that lets them address the issue in a different way that's not quite so confrontational, it allows them a chance to think about it in a different way and maybe change how they think about it. Culturally, I think that's important because we want it to end, and the only way it's going to end if people do think about it differently and do things differently. A large population has been abused in some manner, whether physically or sexually or emotionally, in their childhood and adulthood. It's very easy for me to understand some of the feelings they're having because of some of the things that I had happen to me or I did as a younger person. We'll give them an opportunity to expand their knowledge, give them self-esteem. I've had several students that just can't believe how much better they feel after they've done these drawings. I've taught at several of the local community colleges and San Diego State. I was the director of education for the San Diego Cultural Arts Alliance, and one of the projects I did was a mural that I did with the kids at Crawford High School, where they did a 120-foot wall of self-portraits. I developed the curriculum for the graffiti education and arts program that's going to be taught to kids that have been put in detention centers to help them learn a better way to use their artwork than defacing others' property. When I did my MFA, I did my work on child abuse. It was called A Voice for the Voiceless. Almost all of my sculptural work is dedicated to having some topic about child abuse. I have work in the Brazil Museum of Culture in Sao Paulo, Brazil. I have work in the collection at the Jingdezhen Ceramic Institute in China. My work has been seen in the Menge International Museum with the Allied Craftsman Group that I belong to. I've also showed at Mesa College and Grossmont College galleries with the Feminist Image Group, another group I belong to in San Diego. My work's been in the Oceanside Museum. My work has been seen in local galleries such as the Studio Door, Space for Art, the R.B. Stevenson Gallery, and others. My artwork is based on personal stories, on personal events, things that happened to me as a child, and it allowed me to express a lot of things that I was not able to say in a therapeutic setting, and it had a huge effect on how I felt about myself, how I thought about myself, how I presented myself to the world, and that process of making that work was a very healing process, and I would like to offer that to others.